Perfect.
Who's up next?
Next is CC Rants.
CC Rants.
Where we talk about a topic that I'm sure we're going to disagree on.
Well, we have different approaches, but I'm sure we'll have a common ground.
All right, so this week on CC Rants,
You got a list here?
well, we did a vote on Twitter.
Oh.
So we're talking about we're going to start doing that every week. Getting the club more involved.
I like it. Votes.
CC
I like
update,
polls. I like
CC
polls.
Update, they can add their videos. CC Rants, I'm going to do a poll every week.
I'll do a new poll every week too. Then that'd be fun.
And this one we did was guides and cheats. So why don't you give us a breakdown of what
we're talking about is whether you use or do not use guides and cheat codes and looking up on walkthroughs, stuff like that, while playing games. Whether you're against it, for it, whether there are certain exceptions. Just what are your overall views and thoughts on it? Do you want me to say mine first, or do you want to wait for the poll first?
Well, so the poll, I did a poll, so I said, do you use guides or cheats? I don't want to strike you in the face.
That's I got.
So the two options were yes, I welcome the help, or no, I always ride blind. The Cartridge Club, we had 28 votes. The final results of those votes, 71% of the people who voted said yes, they enjoy the help. 29% no, I always ride blind. And then we got a lot of actual replies on it.
Yeah, I like that.
A lot of people saying, I normally try and do it on my own, but because my gaming time is so limited, if I get stuck, I don't mind jumping to a guide.
Right, so I wonder if we should have had even a third option of sometimes I use them, sometimes I don't.
Maybe, yeah.
Because
I don't think anybody uses them all the time.
No.
That's why I just wanted to leave it to one, yes or no.
Okay, I got you.
Because there are people who never, ever use guides.
Yeah, I never, ever use guides.
Yeah, well, because you're so good at games.
No, I'm not. The way I see it is, I'm a competent enough person that the game should be developed well enough that I can figure it out. If the game is not developed well enough that I can't figure it out, that's a whole other story. But there are certain things that I just miss in games because I don't have the guide. Like back in the day, Ocarina of Time, I destroyed it because I had the time to go and look everywhere. But with a game like Majora's Mask, there's no way I would have got everything, especially where there's time mechanics. You can only be. So if I wanted to 100% it, I would have used a guide. But now I just don't 100% it. I just don't 100% games because I don't use guides.
Okay.
It's sad, right?
So your theory is, if I can beat it on my own, I'm going to beat it on my own. If I miss some of the stuff, so be it.
Yeah, so be it.
Does that make it more special when you do find?
I find it more rewarding.
Secrets?
Yeah, more rewarding for sure if I find a secret.
So, like, for example, Castlevania, Lord of Shadows, Mirror of Twilight. That's the actual title.
Is it really?
It's the 3DS side-scrolling one.
Oh, okay.
3DS, Vita, PS3.
Yeah.
I keep saying 3DS because that's what it came out on originally. That's what I bought.
I played like that for the first 5 minutes.
There's a secret in that where you find these letters that people have left behind after they've died.
Yes, that's
and
right.
You're in the sewers of the castle, and one of the letters you find is the state of these pipes is horrendous. This would make my brother Mario throw his arms up in disgust. And I found that, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. It's obviously
awesome.
A reference to some other video game franchise.
I've never heard of it. But...
None. That's obviously a reference to the 2016 Olympics.
All right, well, where are you going with this?
And it felt really good that I found that on my own.
Yeah, man, it feels good.
So, as far as guides go...
Does it feel less good when you get it from a guide?
No.
All right.
Because I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
You can... I could go online right now and read how to shoot a three-pointer. You know what I mean? I could watch all the videos on the planet on how to shoot a three-pointer, but I have to actually be able to shoot the three-pointer.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if I read that, go here to do this. I still have to be able to go there and do that.
But
I still have to master the game
situation too, right? If it's just go look behind this bookshelf, that doesn't require skill. You go and you look behind a bookshelf, you know what I mean? But if you're reading a walkthrough for like a Mario game, you still have to be able to platform and get over the things. It depends on the situation, I think. Because if it's just a matter of go up here and click X and you're going to get this thing, that's... You don't have to know how to do that. That's just you go up and press X. That's no skill.
You gotta find that X button. I do use guides. I have especially a lot of the RPGs I play.
Mm-hmm.
So Xenoblade Chronicles X, I bought the guide. I don't follow it step by step, but as I get to the quest, if I can't find this stuff on my own, I'll go and check it out. Because these are games that I want to. I don't want to say I want to 100% them, but I want to get as close to it as possible. It's widely known that for Majora's Mask, I've been using the Prima Guide, and I've been following that step by step, page by page.
Yep.
I'm almost at the end now. I have all 4 temples beaten. I'm just going to get the last 5 masks.
Nice. You only have 5 left?
Yeah, and the last 2 hearts.
And congrats to Duke, who just beat it.
Yes, Duke did just beat it. Congratulations, Duke. So I should be there soon. But I'm doing it because I want to. They took the time and effort to put this into the game, and I am enjoying it so much. I'm enjoying seeing these little sections that they put in there that I never would have seen otherwise. And in all honesty, I most likely would have quit that game without the guide due to frustration.
Well, fair enough. If you're enjoying it, then go for it, right?
Yeah.
Here's the problem with Majora's Mask and other games similar to it. Every other Zelda, if there's a wall that needs to be bombed, you go up, you bomb it, you get in. In Majora's Mask, you go up and bomb that wall. If you're going to bomb it on the right day, I mean, this is an exaggeration, you don't get in. You know what I mean? I don't like that. I don't like time-based secrets.
Oh, okay.
So with Majora's Mask, guide the hell out of it. Go ahead. I don't care. But other games, like I could see me using a guide for Majora's Mask, is what I'm trying to say. Because it's so obtuse. And Castlevania 2, another similar example. It's almost too obtuse. You would never be able to get through it without a guide or walkthrough.
Speaking of Castlevania 2, there's a Redux version you can get reproed.
Okay.
That
fixes all the secrets?
I'm buying from the Nintendo doctor.
Oh, cool.
And it clears up the dialogue is more clear.
You see, now if I had that one, I would never use a walkthrough or anything. I don't believe you should have to use one. If the game makes you use it, then that's poor game design, in my opinion.
I don't think the game... See, because I don't think they make me use it. I'm sure that I could
that one will.
I'm sure I could figure Majora's Mask out on my own if it was the only game I played, and I sat, and that's all I played for months on end.
You would have to.
But I'm an adult with a job, and 2 kids, and a dog, and 2 cats, and a house that needs stuff done to it, and a yard that needs to be done. My time is my most valuable asset. Nothing is more valuable to me than my time.
For sure.
So I can't...
Okay, let me ask you this. Would you have gotten as much appreciation from it if you didn't collect all the masks? Like, I didn't collect all the masks, and I loved it. Loved playing through it. But I did not get all the secrets.
See, I'm collecting all the masks now, and because the way they designed it, there's these little stories, you know what I mean? With these side people. And I'm enjoying seeing them, like...
Okay, so you get the bomb bag from that person on top of town. It's at like midnight on the second day or whatever. Like, how are you going to know to be standing there at midnight on the second day?
You have to explore.
Yeah, but you'd have to explore it, and then explore it, and you have to stand still in one spot for 72 hours.
What you would have to do, what you would have to do is...
It's not right.
I'm exploring North Clocktown today.
Yeah, no, but it wouldn't be. It would be, I'm exploring North Clocktown today, tonight, the next day, the next day, the next day, the next day. 3 days you have to stand there.
You would see somebody, and then reset, but you don't have to stand there. Because if you go into the bomb hut anytime after day 1, day 2, day 3, you go into that shop. The guy behind the shop says, we were going to sell the big bomb bags, but my mother got robbed last night.
That shows it happened the previous day.
Exactly. Okay. So that tells you. So you should be able to figure out from that, the previous night, sometime at night, his mother gets robbed in North Clocktown, because he tells you that.
He says North Clocktown?
He does. My mother got robbed last night in North Clocktown.
Okay, I take it all back.
So the game gives you those hints. You just have to want to do it.
It was that one thing, that one quest that made me sour on this.
The bomb bag one.
Yeah, because that's the. I didn't realize that you had hints like that. I got my info from Kevin from Retro Fandango. Otherwise, I would have never known about that. But I didn't think to go and look around. I just thought that
there are hints like that throughout the whole game.
I take it all back.
Each person, the game is programmed so that each person has their own dialogue based on the day, and what is affecting them or what has happened around them is mentioned. Okay, and they tell you.
That's good. That's good game design. I take it all back. I don't need a guide for Majora's Mask anymore.
You just need the time, and that's the thing.
It's just time.
I don't have that time. Yes, I could figure it out on my own, but I would need to dedicate all of my gaming time for the span of 3 or 4 months to just Majora's Mask.
Right. And that's just not possible anymore.
No, so I use guides. I support using guides. I don't really use cheats per se.
Yeah, that's a whole other
When I think of cheats, I think of like the Contra codes, the Kami codes, stuff like that. I don't really use those, although we did for Turtles 2 when we beat it at Cartridge Con 2 years ago.
Who did?
John Payne and I.
Oh, it's funny because when I think of cheats, I think of the GoldenEye ones that you can unlock the cheats. It's actually pretty fun.
Okay,
but anyway,
so like the golden gun that kills people one shot,
stuff like that. So yeah, Castlevania 2 is the only game I now support using guides for. Otherwise, unless you just need to save time, go ahead, guide it up.
You know what? And the bottom line for me is do what the video games are supposed to be fun.
Yeah,
You're supposed to have fun with them. Whether you having fun is going through and following a guide, or because my daughter as well, she plays games and she likes to use the guide, and that she uses them less and less as she gets older. But again, her time is limited because she really only plays games when she's here.
Yeah.
So I 100 what I support is having fun.
Yeah.
So if using a guide is fun for you, use a guide. If not using a guide is fun for you, don't use a guide.
Bingo.
If you not using a guide until you get stuck is fun, and then do whatever is fun because it's supposed to be fun for you. There's no right or wrong answer except his.
I wonder why I don't use guides. You know what? I bet it's because when we were a kid, and when Mom and Dad had to call that Nintendo hotline, they used to get so mad.
Oh, yeah.
So now it's like soured in me. It's like, oh my god,
Exactly.
I can't ask for help or I'm going to get in shit.
Yeah, they used to get really angry because it was... But you tell us below what you like to do in the comments.
Yeah, let us know.
Anybody who didn't mention on Twitter, so do that there.
Yeah, let us know.
All right, so that's the end of CC Rants. So next week we'll have a poll up for what we're going to do for Rants. It'll be up in midweek.